violinists. This week we will be working on number 4 in the Strings Fun and Easy book. I'm number 1. If you don't have the Strings Fun and Easy book, make sure you go to Google Classroom and download the sheet music and practice recording under resources. Take a look at the notes we have in number 4. So just take a second and look through the first 2 notes and see if you can figure out which notes they are. What are their letter names? So hopefully you have figured out that our first note is A. Remember the note that sits on the second space is always open A string. And then the second note is just a little bit higher. And it sits through this middle line on the music staff, and it is called B, first finger. So you have to really follow along carefully and make sure that when we have rests, like here at the end of the line, that we're looking ahead with our eyes to see is it a first finger for our next note or open A string, because otherwise you might get caught on open A string when you're supposed to have a first finger down. So it's fairly important to look ahead on this one. Put your pointer finger on this first note on number 4, and we're going to sing the letters together. Ready, here we go. A, B, A, sh, A, B, A, sh, A, B, A, B, A. Second line, here we go. B, A, B, sh, A, B, A, sh, B, 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 A. Next line, here we go. A, B, A, sh, A, B, A, sh, A, B, A, B, A. Look ahead to the next line. B, A, B, sh, A, B, A, sh, B, B, A, sh, sh, sh. You may have noticed that the first line and the third line, take another look at the first and third line, kind of compare the two. Do you notice anything different? So hopefully you're noticing that the first line and third line are the same. No different. The notes are the same and the rest are in the same spot. Now look at the second line and the last line. Take a look at them. Are they the same or are they different? So hopefully you've noticed that when we get to the end of the line, the last line is a little bit different. It has extra A's here instead of staying on B like it did in the second line. So they start off the same, and then the last two, this second to last measure is a little bit different. So it's also very important as we do these that we notice those patterns. So if you are able to sing and point and follow along in the music, then you're probably ready to play on the A string with open A and first finger, play it all the way through on your own, following along. And if that goes well, then you can practice playing with the recording. Thanks for tuning in. Happy practicing.